Rolling on camera 1. Rolling on camera 2.
Introduction, A Letter Home.
This will be interesting. Oh gosh, how many pages did I write? Oh gosh. Lieve papa en mama, naar alle waarschijnlijkheid bent u het mama die deze brief als eerste openmaakt en leest. Ik zou willen dat u er rustig voor ging zitten op uw eigen kamer, want ik heb u iets heel belangrijks te vertellen. De afgelopen 5 maanden hebt u misschien gemerkt dat mijn brieven een beetje vaag werden en dat mijn plannen nogal eens veranderden. Onder andere dat ik plotseling in Sydney bleef wonen in plaats van dat ik naar Queensland ging zoals ik oorspronkelijk al schreef. Het lijkt mij het beste dat ik het hele verhaal van vooraf aan vertel. Bijna onmiddellijk ben ik toen ik vorig jaar in Sydney aankwam, ontmoette ik een aardige man, ongetrouwd en Rooms-katholiek. Roman Catholic, yeah. I did like him a lot. Ik was niet precies verliefd op hem, maar hij was een gezellige kameraad waarbij ik me geen moment verveelde en we hadden een fijne tijd. Gingen altijd het weekend naar het strand en hadden meestal de maaltijden samen, als ik niet 's avonds werkte. Het was een beetje een typische verhouding omdat we niet echt van elkaar hielden en dus nooit zouden trouwen. Maar bleven bij elkaar omdat er werkelijk niets beters in de omgeving was. In elk geval in juni vertrok ik dus naar Sudbury. En daar waren zoveel opwindende mensen en dingen dat we het min of meer uitmaakten en alles was afgelopen. Wauw. I didn't remember any of that.
Oh, whoa.
No.
Yeah, whoa. Why did you want to go to Australia originally?
I was a little bit bored with life in Holland.
Yeah.
I worked in an office which wasn't very interesting, and at that time I found out that you could come to Australia if you were young, under 30, and the Australian government paid for your trip.
Oh, whoa.
As long as you stayed for a year or longer.
How old were you when you came to Sydney, Australia?
25.
Had you been overseas before that?
What do you mean overseas? Well, in Europe.
Oh, yes, yes.
I've travelled a lot in Europe, but well, I've been in England. Is that overseas?
Yeah.
I've been in, no, I've never been to United States or South America or Africa or Australia, no.
What did you expect?
It was a real eye-opener. People was living their lives exactly the same as people in Europe did. And I thought, these people think they're the center of the world. They're not, because Europe is the center of the world. That was the thought I had.
Yeah.
They just, I found a job in an office. I applied for an office job because that's what I was doing, And they planted trees. They planted trees to be harvested, 10 years later And I had to get investors. And they made me type envelopes for people to send this investment idea to.
Yeah.
And when I'd finished the list of investments, they said, you can take the telephone book now and start typing envelopes on the telephone.
That's a lot.
Nah.
Did you quit after?
I think I'll go and find a job in a restaurant. That's much more interesting than typing envelopes.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But the office was in North Sydney. That was fantastic because at lunchtime I could go and swim in the pool. In North Sydney. Do you know where that is?
No, I don't.
It's a swimming pool underneath the harbour bridge.
Yeah.
It's fabulous.
Yeah.
So in lunch I'd nip down to the pool and have a swim.
Yeah.
And then
That's
come back
nice.
up again.
It's like a holiday. while it's working.
Yes. I mean that you can't do in Holland. There is no way. There is no bridge and there is no pools in the open so much.
Did you walk or did you drive to get to the beach?
By that time I bought this little Honda motorbike, 80cc motorbike. And the 80cc motorbike brought me everywhere.
Yeah. Could you tell us a little bit about your parents, your mum in particular?
My mum in particular. Of course I have 10 brothers, so...
Did she ever make comments about that?
I never asked her about that because as a child, that is just natural.
Yeah.
When I was born, after I was born, everybody had many children. If somebody had only 2 children, we said, nothing to do because they've only got 2 children. We had 11. But my mum always had help in the house. My father had a bicycle shop, and just after the war, everybody needed new bicycles, so he made good money. And we always had a lady in the house who looked after the children, and we always had a cleaner. In those days, the milkman came to the door, the baker came to the door, everything came to the door, so you never had to do any shopping. And even the grocer, once a week, came and picked up the order for the week, so my mum never had to go out shopping.
Was it then strange to be independent in Australia and Sydney? Because did you live ever on your own when you were in?
No, never. No, never. So it was really different.
Can you tell us more about your mum?
My mum was actually not Roman Catholic, so the first thing she had to do, wanted to get married to my dad, was convert to Roman Catholicism. And she was a very devout Roman Catholic. She was not very open, so some people called her the Chinese because she never showed any much emotion. Her father was a doctor in the poor areas of Amsterdam, right in the center of the city. Yeah. And he was a very compassionate doctor. He had a lot of compassion for the poor people. They always, for instance, had a unmarried pregnant lady in the house helping them out. He was also so passionate about it that he thought, now maybe communism is better than what we have in Holland. The communists look after everybody. Everybody is the same. So he decided to go to Russia and experience, and he went to Georgia. And he went to work in a hospital, especially for tuberculosis patients. Took his family. He had 5 children too, so he took them to Russia, to Georgia, and he worked in that hospital. And after about 6 months, he found out that communism doesn't really work. So he took them all back again to Holland. Yeah. But he was sort of a socialist. He was a socialist. And of course, when the Germans came in 1940, when the war started, Holland has a very, very, very efficient administration. Everybody is registered. And of course, they found out he was a socialist, so he was picked up and sent to a concentration camp. So my mother lost her father in the beginning of the war. was really tragic. Yeah. So maybe that's why she a bit stoical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kept it inside.
Yes. We all, we learned about that later. Mm.
Yeah.
So that's her. And then, but a very, very remarkable woman. After she'd had her 11 children, she was 40, and she decided she wanted to learn to ski, snow skiing.
Whoa, yeah.
And after she had 11 children, and you're 40, so she learned snow skiing. And she went skiing every year from that time on. And not only that, she also decided she would like to play competition volleyball. So in the evening she'd go and play volleyball.
Yeah.
So my mother was a remarkable woman. She also, what would I say, interested in the little children. But when we became teenagers, that's when she took us into the Alps, and we went walking every holidays in the mountains. So she had that. She
sounds adventurous.
Yeah. Always reading books.
Yeah.
Always reading books. So an interesting woman.
Do you think that you're like her?
No, I don't know.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
I learned skiing when I was 18.
No. Yeah.
But I took up tennis after I was 40.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah.
Well, how did you meet the charming man?
On the beach. On the
beach.
Yeah. Balmoral Beach.
Yeah. What was the initial attraction?
Oh, I don't know.
He was a guy on the beach.
Yeah. Nice guy on the beach.
Yeah.
I don't know, blonde, blue-eyed, a good body, looking really good.
Yeah.
What do you...
I can imagine, but you say in the letter that there was nothing in the vicinity, so you weren't exactly swept away then.
Oh no, there was nobody else interested.
Yeah.
I'm a bit fussy.
No, that's it's good to have standards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. No.
You're so far away. I wanna see your face. The way that your lips go, like nobody else knows I need you here.